Okay, do you have your tea? And are you someplace reasonably comfy? You don't need to be on a hard chair. You don't have to be sitting cross-legged. You can be on your couch or anywhere that's comfortable for you. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Doesn't matter, through your nose, through your mouth. Just breathe. Just breathe in and try to fill every part of your lungs. You can breathe into the belly if that's comfortable for you. Sometimes I like to breathe out the sides of my ribs. Just try to get your whole chest to expand as much as it can in a way that's comfortable for you. When you've had a couple of deep breaths, think about the teacup that you're holding. Is it hot? Is it a little too hot, maybe? Or is it just the right temperature? What do your fingers feel like on your mug? My fingers are cold this morning, and I'm really grateful for the warmth of the mug. What does your mug feel like? Is there texture on it? Or is it smooth and glossy? You can take a deep breath. You can feel the weight of your teacup in your hands. That made me want to have a tangent about physics in my mind and about matter and density, and I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to think about my teacup. I can think about physics later. That's fine. If your mind is interrupting the feeling of your teacup in your hands with other information, don't worry. There's time to think about that other stuff later. Right now we're thinking about the teacup. Go ahead and take a deep breath. When you do that, can you smell your tea? Is there steam rising from your tea? And in that steam, in the droplets of water, the very fine mist of water, actual little phytochemicals that our nose interprets as smell, they're being carried from the teacup to your nose right now. The smell itself is medicinal, not just because it is delicious to smell and maybe calming because the smell is familiar to you, but also because the part of the chemical makeup that smells, we call that the volatile oil component, or we call it the aromatic oils. Once you distill them out, they're called essential oils. Those have antimicrobial properties. And that antimicrobial action is working in your nose right now. Thanks, teacup. Thanks, herbal tea. Thanks, delicious hot steam that I'm breathing in right now. Thank you. Let's have one more really big breath. about if we drink this tea? Don't do it yet. If you did, it's okay. Before we have a sip, let's feel a lot of gratitude. Because a lot of things had to happen to give us this cup of tea. Someone had to make the cup. Maybe you know who made the cup. Maybe you made the cup. You can feel grateful for that, for whoever made the cup. Someone's hands made that cup. Someone else's hands sold it to you. Somebody carried that cup from the factory or wherever it was made to the place where you bought it. Maybe many people. Maybe you used that cup last night and someone washed it. Think of how many people you can wish your gratitude to for that cup. Boy, we thought we were all alone. We thought we were socially isolated. Look at all those people that we can be grateful for right now just because we're holding this cup. Oh my goodness, but the cup has tea in it. Now let's think about the herbs that made the tea. Even if it's just grocery store black tea, someone grew those plants. Those plants were alive. And someone grew them. Someone tended them. Many someones probably. Someone harvested them with their hands. Someone packaged them up. We're not going to worry if there are little distractions. That's fine. We're still thinking about all the people involved in this cup of tea. And we can think about the plants themselves. We feel so grateful to these plants. These plants who were alive. And now they're going to be part of us, part of our bodies. That's amazing. Their lives are joined with ours. And they are devoting themselves to what we do with our lives. That blows my mind every day. So now, thinking about our gratitude to all of the people involved in the cup and in the herbs, all of the plants, and also the water itself. That's precious. Thinking about our gratitude for all of those things. Let's take one more deep breath and smell it. And then let's have a sip. Let's think about the flavor of this tea. Is your tea delicious? Maybe it's a little bitter. That's all right. That's great. What do you feel in your mouth? Maybe your tea is peppermint and you're feeling tingly things in your mouth. Maybe your tea is a marshmallow root cold infusion and you're feeling smoothness and velvetyness. Something that's a little bit thicker than water. Maybe your tea is ginger and you're feeling the sharpness and the heat. Just think about how it feels in your mouth. Let's take another sip. You can think about the smell and how the smell is similar or different to the way that it feels in your mouth. If you're drinking peppermint, the smell is a little tingly, and the flavor is a little tingly. They match. Let's have another sip. Maybe you're really thirsty, and every sip of the tea is just quenching how thirsty you are, and you're feeling so grateful for that, relieved. Maybe you're cold, and the heat from the tea is warming you up, and you can feel it moving down your body towards your belly, being really warm. And that's like relief. Maybe you're drinking a tea that is relaxing, and you can feel the muscles in your shoulders and in your neck starting to relax. And that's relief. You know, tea, I never like to talk about our herbs as tools. I don't like to talk about herbs as things that we use, because these were living plants. And so I want to talk about them with respect, like I would a friend, instead of with words that are exploitation in nature. Okay, but having said that, it is something to recognize that herbs are like a tool. They're like a friend that you can call on when you're spinning out of control, when the whole world doesn't feel calm, and you don't know how to grab onto something so that you can feel anchored. Herbs are there for you. Think about, as you take another sip, how this tea is making you feel and changing the way that your body feels. And that's available to you all of the time. It's always available to you. And so, as you move back towards your day today, just put into your mind that when you start to feel a little crazy, there's someone you can reach out to for help. It's your teacup with your plants in it. Doesn't have to be the perfect nervine plant that is guaranteed to fix this or that problem. Just get with a plant. It's okay. Have another sip. Are you feeling calmer? Are you feeling like you know where your own body is? It might not last very long after we finish. That's okay. That's all right. You can do it again. The whole point to meditating like this is just to remind ourselves that we can actually find this place. We just have to practice getting there. And then when things are really crazy, we can get back to it if we practice, if we're prepared. So go ahead, take a deep breath. have another sip of tea. And if you can, just keep drinking your tea slowly until it's all gone. Taking some breaths in between. And thinking a lot about the flavor of the tea, the flavor on your tongue, how it feels as you swallow it, and what you're feeling in your body. Until that teacup is empty. That's the only thing you need to think about right now. That's it. When the cup is empty, you can think about other things. When your cup is all the way empty, remember to take a minute to feel gratitude again. Think back on all of those hands that got the teacup to you. Think back on all of those hands that participated in the life of that plant and that got that plant to you. Maybe some of those hands were yours because maybe you grew the plant and harvested it and prepared it for tea. So you can feel grateful for yourself. Even if you didn't grow the plant, you made the tea. So remember to thank you for caring for yourself, for doing something good for you. That's important. Let's do this again tomorrow. Actually, you can do it as many times as you want because you can just play it again. But let's do it again tomorrow. Let's make a habit of this. It's weird to be socially distanced in this particular way. May not be weird to feel like you would like a little bit of social distance, but this is a strange way to be socially distant. And so let's just come together once a day and do this. Give us a little bit of a chance to feel together. All right. If you've finished your tea, have a deep breath. Feel that gratitude again. And now you have a decision to make. Maybe it's time to get up and go back to your day. Maybe you can sit there a little while longer. But see how long you can hold on to feeling calm. As you move into the next thing that you need to do, try, if you can, to only think about the thing that you need to do. Try not to think about anything else. You can think about the other things after you finish this one. It's hard, but just try. And as we do this together, it's going to get easier. I'll see you tomorrow.